We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call.
Good morning, everybody. This is Pete with Paradox 9, and this is a little bit of Bible reading. And today I'm reading from Luke 6. All right, Luke 6, 1 through, well, I think I'm going to get down to 6, 1 through 6. Okay, on chapter 6, okay, on verse 1, I'm going to start off. Now it happened on the second Sabbath after the first, that he went through the grain fields, and his disciples plucked the heads of grain and ate them, rubbing them in their hands. And some of the Pharisees said to them, "Why are you doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath?" But Jesus answered them, said, "Have you not even read this? What David did when he was hungry? He and those who were with him? Now he went into the house of God, took and ate the showbread, and also gave some of it to those with him, which is not lawful for any but the priest to eat. And he said to them, the Son of Man is also Lord of the Sabbath." Well, I totally butchered that, of course, as I normally do, reading the gospel on the spot. So let me read real fast. I'll read again. Now it happened on the second Sabbath after the first that he went through the grain fields, and his disciples plucked the heads of the grain and ate them, rubbing them with their hands. And some of the Pharisees said to them, "Why are you doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath?" But Jesus answering them said, "Have you not even read this? What David did when he was hungry, and he and those who were with him? How he went into the house of God, took and ate the showbread, and also gave some of those with him, which is not lawful for any but the priest to eat? And he said to them, the Son of Man is also Lord of the Sabbath." And that's actually verse 5. We're going to stop there. So, what struck me on this one, a few things, and it always does, is that here we have Jesus, the Son of God, come down, and the Pharisees once again try to catch him in some kind of logical trap. They lawyer him, They try to throw the law at him all the time. The religious laws. And back then, religious laws and laws could be very close to just the common law. But Jesus also said while he was on earth, it was time to celebrate for the bridegroom. When the bridegroom is with you, celebrate. He won't be with you forever. Understood. But he's this story here to me, because I'm not the preacher, but the story here to me preaches, that in the bigger picture of things, the laws and the rules of religion are not as important as or not something to be, not to restrict you into how you learn about God. Okay? And what I mean is, these are always metaphors to me. They were in a field and they were rubbing their hands, so they were gaining the grain and eating the grain, and this is considered work by the Pharisees, and etc., etc. But to me, it's the metaphor here that that David had also gone into the temple and grabbed the showbread, which no one's supposed to eat except the priest, and ate that. We know that Jesus, of course, was the bread the bread of life. And how you get there sometimes is less important than getting there. And some people's religion is so restricted into rules, into fear, guilt, etc. I wonder if they're really tapping into what I'm tapping into. Now, I have guilt and I have fears. I'm not saying that. But what I see here is the book of God, the Bible, for me, telling me, it's okay, to break a rule, or, what happens sometimes. It might not appear perfect to us because we don't have a full understanding. But what we need to do at times, sometimes will appear to others as if we're breaking rules. We're not following the norms. And others will try to put us down, stop us, cause doubt, create fear, wedge hate into our souls. We've got to be careful of that. We've got to be careful of that. Hey, that is not right. Now, I don't want to have to tell everybody about that, but I'm going to just warn you. Don't listen to those kind of people. And mostly, I don't. Mostly, this is a personal journey. This is not a journey, like I'm not telling you how you're going to have your journey. I'm just sharing my personal experience on a video, on YouTube, in a channel called Paradox 9. And I hope somebody hears it that needs it. That's all I can hope for. But I sure am not a preacher. But from what I get from this, what I always got from this, is that Jesus came down and said, hey, you are missing the big picture. The Pharisees, they're wrapped up into these rules, the political correctness, etc. There's a lot of that today, as a matter of fact. But you're getting wrapped up into laws. You're getting wrapped up into so many laws that you are not able to grow. That is not God's plan for me. I don't know what God's plan is for you. I don't know what it is for everybody else. But for me, it's definitely not getting wrapped up into laws, getting stuck, getting bogged down. And it's definitely not a life of fear. And it's not a life of dread or worries. If that's occurring, you have to fight against that completely with faith. You have to strike out, reach in, grab your faith, and build it up. And the way to build up faith is to actually, when you start doubting, start praying. Internally, whatever is good for you. Pray at night. But if you're starting to worry, things are starting to close in on you, or there's a desperation in your life, remember that you can break the political correct rules. You can do what you need to do to get to God. And that's what this is showing in a way, that some of the rules that humanity has placed on you has nothing to do with your spirituality, reaching out and getting a hold of God, Jesus. If you are in a position where your church is walking one way and you feel like walking another way, I really couldn't say anything on that. That's such a personal thing. But it seems that Christianity or Judaism at this point was walking one way, and Jesus came along and walked another way. And we had a break off, and we had an understanding. The Jews became Christian and followers of Christ and saw the light in that sense. And Jews also, it's a very complicated subject, and I don't necessarily blame Jewish people for sticking with their religion, of course. And I think we'll all get to where we're going, even though we take different roads anyway. But if you're in a church where you're not getting filled, but instead you're getting restricted, take a look around. I hope you're not dealing with Pharisees. Because if you're dealing with Pharisees, you can see that, Jesus dealt really quickly and harshly with Pharisees. Not harshly, but quick. And he didn't have the time for that. He didn't have the time for the fear tactics, the political correctness, gotcha. There was as today, there was a cancellation group in those days too. They wanted to cancel Jesus. And they tried. They went all the way to the point of putting him up on a cross and killing him. And they whipped him. And that's, they did the big cancellation on a lot of the saints. They canceled in the big way. And, it's like, if you're going to strike and knock out a holy man, you better leave him alive. Don't ever kill him, because that will only set him in motion for eternity. That's all you're going to do. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a really wonderful day. Anyway, I hope everybody's calm, and I know that these are kind of trying times, and I hope everybody's fine. But I think it's pretty interesting that our God comes down and on the Sabbath rubs his hands together, get grain to eat, and then here comes the human being. Hey, that's not lawful, we knew you were against all that stuff. And I love the fact that my God is a little bit of a rebel here on earth, because earth kind of, earth, human beings in general around me, what's going on these days, it's kind of a lame thing. It's kind of a bummer. I mean, we could be a lot higher. We could be popping off some really heavy duty love, support, spirituality. Instead, we're down in this base of hate, separation, and fear. So, love one another as you love yourself. This is Paradox 9. God bless you all, and peace. I'm out. That's it. Oh, Luke 6, 1 through... Oh, it turned out 1 through 5. Roger, Dodger.
We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call.